Hey guys, I'm Scott with Bike Ride Reviews, and today we've got the Revibikes Cheetah Pro. This is the company's flagship moto-style e-bike. Now this bike is impressive on paper, with dual batteries, a peak output of 1700 watts, and a top speed of 33 miles per hour. Revibikes also says that you can cover 100 miles on a single charge, all for $26.99 US. Those are some big claims, and I'm about to put them all to the test. So let's see if the Cheetah Pro delivers. Our test bike arrived with mirrors, a cover, a phone mount, pump, and a lock. But the included accessories can change. So check the listing for the up-to-date package before you buy. Assembly involves installing the handlebars, mounting the front wheel, connecting the cables, and checking all the fastener torques. The manual doesn't include torque values for the fasteners or instructions for installing the front brake caliper, which arrives uninstalled, at least on mine. I also noticed the front wheel doesn't have a safety washer to prevent the axle from falling out if the bolts loosened. The Cougar Pro that we recently reviewed has these, so I'm kind of surprised that the Cheetah doesn't. Now let's get into the bike's specs before we head out for a test ride. The Cheetah Pro is Revibike's most expensive model, and it looks the part. It's long and wide, with motorcycle styling and a total length of 83 inches. Revibike says the Cheetah fits riders from 5'2" to 6'3", but the 35-inch minimum saddle height means that shorter riders will probably struggle to mount it. The 400-pound payload capacity and that long rear rack give the bike plenty of scope for carrying gear. The Cheetah Pro's most notable upgrades over the standard build include an extra battery, which you can see in the middle of the frame, an adjustable 130mm inverted air suspension fork instead of a coil fork, and a more powerful motor. The Cheetah Pro's electrical system is limited to 48 volts, but this can be increased to 52 volts in the advanced settings. The claimed torque is 115 Newton meters, and Revibikes advertises a top speed of 33 miles per hour. Pedal assist uses a combined cadence and torque sensor, with cadence only, torque only, and hybrid modes available through the advanced menu. The two 48-volt batteries provide a total capacity of 1,440 watt-hours. You can charge both batteries simultaneously through one charge port, and this takes around 6 hours. Now the lower battery is removable, but the upper battery is fixed to the frame. The 3.5-inch color LCD display is bright, and it's easy to navigate. The advanced menu also goes further than most bikes that I test. You can set system voltage, select the e-bike class, unlock speed limits in sport and off-road modes, and tune pedal assist output for each of the 5 assist levels. The display can also be set up to unlock with a PIN code or with one of the included NFC cards. The Cheetah Pro rolls on 4-inch Kenda Crusade tires on 26-inch aluminum rims. The drivetrain includes a 7-speed Shimano Altus derailleur with an 11 to 28 tooth cassette, 4-piston Tektro hydraulic disc brakes with 203mm rotors front and rear handle stopping. The 720mm cruiser bars have faux leather grips that match the Velo saddle. Alongside the rack, Revibikes includes a front light, a rear light with brake activation, turn signals, and aluminum fenders, as well as a kickstand. Lastly, the Cheetah Pro has UL 2849 and UL 2271 safety certifications, and an above-average IPX6 water resistance rating. So that's how the Cheetah Pro looks on paper. But how does it perform in the real world? The Cheetah Pro rides exactly how you'd expect. At 105 pounds, this big, heavy machine is designed to be ridden under motor power. Now the bike does feel well made, and I don't have any concerns about its build quality after our testing period. It's a challenge to move this bike without motor assistance, and you really start to feel the weight as soon as you start to push it or try to pedal it without motor assistance to help you out. Now that all goes away the moment that you activate the motor. The motor delivers gradual power that ramps up. In Class 3, the throttle is capped at 20 miles per hour, and pedal assist will go up to 28. The bike will easily cruise in the mid-20s. By switching to off-road mode and bumping the system voltage up to 52 volts, I managed to get up to 32 kilometers an hour, which is just shy of Revibike's claimed 33 miles per hour top speed. And I also shaved a second off of both of my 0 to 20 times. The change is noticeable, but it's not extreme. So don't expect the bike to perform like a rocket. As always with bikes that include unrestricted modes, you should check your local laws before using them on public roads or trails. I rode this bike for over 2.5 hours during the range test, and I found it comfortable to ride and pedal throughout that time, which is a rarity for these motorcycle-style e-bikes. Unlike other motorcycle-style e-bikes that have uncomfortable seating positions and fixed bench-style seats, the Cheetah Pro's adjustable seat and the 7-speed drivetrain make it comfortable for sustained pedaling, which means that you can pedal for longer periods and cover long distances, taking advantage of that extra range. I also found that the brakes perform well throughout testing, with good modulation and stopping power. On the road, the air fork helps to smooth out bumps in the pavement, and being able to tune the air pressure to match your weight makes a real difference in ride quality. The rear end is a different story though. The sprung seat means that anything more than gentle road buzz is pretty harsh, and you can feel it reverberating through the frame. It does a good job in cutting out a little bit of light road chatter, but anything past that is kind of beyond the rear suspension's capability. So I'd stick to smoother pavement and smooth gravel or dirt. The Cheetah Pro's weight and that long wheelbase really give it a stable planted feel at speed and during wide turns. But it also makes those turns quite wide. So even on pavement like this, it's quite a wide turn that you've got to make. And foraying onto tighter trails, it's really tough work as you navigate the bike around tight obstacles. The weight and length of this bike does make a real difference, and it can be a handful even on pavement to manage some tighter turns. So I really wouldn't bother taking it on any kind of off-road trail. Another thing worth mentioning is the battery meter. Mine stayed at 100% for the first 11 miles of my range test, before suddenly dropping down to around 79% and 76% for each battery. It was then pretty consistent for the middle section of the battery's voltage, but again, at the end of my ride, while the battery still said 12% and 10%, suddenly the bike shut off and didn't have any battery power left, so I was stranded. I had to push the bike home. It's worth taking this into consideration that the battery is kind of unreliable on both ends of that spectrum. I found that the hybrid sensor mode has worked well throughout testing. It did a good job of monitoring my cadence and the amount of torque I was putting on the pedals and giving me a pretty good consistent motor output. You can also choose to use the cadence sensor or the torque sensor alone. So what were the standout pros and cons for the Cheetah Pro? Well, using Class 3 mode and max pedal assist, the Cheetah Pro lasted 41.02 miles. Topping the Cougar Pro, Pucky Puppy Labrador, Hey Bike Hero, and the Mock Wheel Obsidian in the same test. In our Pedal Assist 3 test, it lasted 55.62 miles, exceeding all of the comparison bikes. If range is your priority in a moto-style e-bike, the Cheetah Pro's dual batteries and 1,440 watt-hours deliver real-world results. The advanced menu gives you excellent control over the ride. You can tune the pedal assist output of each pedal assist level, switch between cadence, torque, and dual sensor modes, and set the system voltage to 36, 48, or 52 volts. Class selection is also easy. If you want to dial in the ride feel for your weight, terrain, and riding style, the tools are all here. And if you're looking for a large moto-style cruiser for pavement and smooth off-road paths, the Cheetah Pro is a solid option. The long wheelbase, wide tires, and tunable air fork combine for a stable, planted ride at speed. The relaxed riding position and the sprung saddle kept me comfortable throughout the range tests. The Cheetah's performance in our hill tests doesn't quite match up with the claimed power and torque. The Cheetah Pro climbed our gradual hill in 2 minutes and 36 seconds, and our steep hill in 2 minutes and 26 seconds, falling behind all of the comparison bikes in both tests. This shows the value of real-world testing over buying a bike solely based on the manufacturer's specs. The battery meter is unreliable at the start and end of your ride. Mine held at 100% for 11 miles, before dropping sharply to the mid-70s on both batteries. Near the end of the range test, the motor cut out while the display still showed charge remaining on both batteries. The mid-ride readout is fine, but this irregularity means that you can't fully trust the readout, which does cause some range anxiety. The Cheetah Pro climbed our gradual hill in 2 minutes and 36 seconds, the slowest of all 5 comparison bikes. The Cougar Pro finished in 2 minutes and 24, the Pucky Pucky Labrador in 2 minutes and 19, the Mach Wheel Obsidian in 2:21, and the Revibike Hero in 2:06. This result makes me doubt the claimed power and torque of this bike. And on the steep hill, the Cheetah Pro finished last again, taking 2 minutes and 26 seconds. The Cougar Pro finished in 1:52, the Mach Wheel Obsidian in 2:09, and the Revibike Hero in 2 minutes and 12 seconds, and the Pucky Pucky Labrador in 2:19. The motor clearly struggles to overcome the bike's high weight during hill climbs. The Cheetah Pro accelerated from 0 to 20 in a lengthy 11 seconds under throttle, and 9 seconds using pedal assist in Class 3 mode. Switching to off-road mode at 52 volts shaved 1 second off of each of these results. On pedal assist, the Cougar Pro, Mach Wheel Obsidian, and the Revibike Hero each hit 20 miles per hour in 6 seconds, and the Pucky Pucky Labrador in 7. Once again, the Cheetah Pro's performance is the weakest of our comparison bikes. What it lacks in climbing speed and acceleration, the Cheetah Pro makes up for in range. Using Class 3 mode and pedal assist 5, the Cheetah Pro covered 41.02 miles, with 1,652 feet of elevation at 17.4 miles per hour. That tops all 4 comparison bikes. The Cougar Pro at 38.08 miles, Pucky Pucky Labrador at 30.56, and the Revibike Hero at 28.42, as well as the Mach Wheel Obsidian at 25.4 miles. Using pedal assist 3 in Class 2 mode, the Cheetah Pro covered 55.62 miles, with 1,847 feet of climbing at 14.3 miles per hour. The Fido T2 was the closest competitor here at 51.03 miles. The Cheetah Pro's range at moderate assist levels is excellent, and it's a good choice for buyers who prioritize distance over speed. The Cheetah Pro stopped from 20 miles per hour in 17.5 feet. A strong result that demonstrates that the brakes are adequately specced for such a heavy bike. So does the Cheetah Pro deliver on Revibike's promises? Well, when it comes to range, yes. 41 miles at high assist and 55 miles using moderate assistance are strong real-world results that exceed most competing models. If long-distance cruising on a moto-style bike is what you're after, the Cheetah Pro delivers. A highlight from my time with the Cheetah is the adjustable air suspension fork, which does make a notable difference to ride quality. The brakes also perform well, and the drivetrain provides a practical benefit on this bike, unlike most moto-style e-bikes, which have a fixed seat height. The ability to adjust saddle height means that pedaling for long periods is actually comfortable. The degree of customizability of motor performance is another benefit of this bike that's worth repeating. On the other hand, the motor's performance falls short of expectations. The hill climbing and acceleration results are unimpressive. The 105-pound weight is likely a limiting factor, but riders who value rapid acceleration and hill climbing will want to consider a different moto-style e-bike. Now, all things considered, at $26.99, the Cheetah Pro is a reasonable option if you want a comfortable moto-style cruiser with some serious battery range. But it's not without its flaws. What do you think of the Cheetah Pro? Does the range make it worth it for you? And let me know in the comments if you ride a Revibike's model. I want to hear about your experience. And if you're still searching for your next bike, head to bikeride.com. We have hundreds of reviews, curated best bikes lists, upcoming ride events, repair guides, and forums where cyclists connect worldwide. Thanks for watching, and I'll be back soon with the next review.